welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday, and previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., alongside Kaliko Yachts,
aka Black Ted Lasso, aka founding member of the WWE club. So you don't have to go through the anguish of figuring out what the hell you're going to get. I got a preview on that one coming soon.
Well, we will hear your thoughts on it when you actually get it. But it was a good week for Wrestling With, as we interviewed Cruz Casanova on Tuesday and Solomon Stone on Wednesday. Two incredible interviews, two incredible individuals. Definitely cannot recommend those interviews enough. Definitely go check them out in the archives if you haven't already. That brings us into this upcoming Tuesday. We have Man on the show. Up in the Chicago area, we talk about his faction, Set 6. We talk about a prison break match. We talk winning the Addicts Championship, and a hell of a lot more. Definitely an interesting listen on that one. And then on Wednesday, we have the Polish Bear on. From what country? You guessed it, Poland. We're back to primetime wrestling in Poland. We talk about transitioning from somebody that worked behind the scenes in the company to wanting to be a full-fledged member of, the roster. Training, getting their rivalries, brutal rivalries, an insane tables match that he had recently, teaming with his little brother, that's in quotes, he's actually a lot bigger than him, and just, his goals and aspirations going forward in the company. So definitely a lot of fun content in that one as well. Go check it out on Wednesday. And then on the 29th, we have Duke Fairfax. So a lot of fun things coming up for Wrestling With in the next coming weeks. Now I think we're done putting ourselves over. No, Kaliko?
Yeah, I didn't know you've interviewed Kendrick Lamar.
Duke Fairfax.
Man is Kendrick Lamar. Who the fuck you think you gon' front on Man? No. Okay, I'll see myself out.
Well, it's a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with the news. And a big piece of news that came out just, the other day is that Rhea Ripley is not able to compete at SummerSlam. She is currently injured. And a 6-woman ladder match will take place at SummerSlam to crown an interim women's champion until Rhea Ripley comes back. A set date of when she will come back is yet to be seen or known. Kaliko, what are your thoughts on WWE enacting the interim champion gimmick?
Seems like UFC's getting a little bit more influencier. I mean, although it as much as I get it, because if it's going to be treated as a sport, quote unquote, and I'm using quotations in this, then it would make sense to do interim, because any other sport that has a combat component uses the interim. UFC uses the interim. Boxing uses the interim. So I don't have an issue with it. I just think it would have been easier just to deal with that can when we had it, rather than kicking it down the road and hoping they got better. And now, we're doing it at SummerSlam. It kind of gives it a little intrigue because who the hell's gonna be in the match? Who?
As of right now,
You know?
Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill, I believe.
Well, Jade makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Is this a? Why does it?
Because she lost at WrestleMania, she lost the rematch, she lost. It needs to be somebody else now.
Hey, did they qualify?
She qualified technically.
Thank you. There it is. Even with that loss, she's a top contender. I mean, on the SmackDown side, I mean, you got what? Tiffany,
Yeah.
Chelsea, Tiffany, Jade. I'm assuming they could put a Chelsea in there.
Oh, that would make sense.
So that's what I'm saying. You got, it's like, this is where you're gonna have the heavyweights. It's not like, it ain't like, I mean, no offense, but it's not like DFAB gonna be in the month.
I mean, true. I'm, and I love Rhea Ripley. Like, I big fan of Rhea Ripley. Seen her win the championship the last 3 times that she actually won the championship. So, and she's one of the best that they have. If she cannot compete, I think that they should have just stripped her. Whether they know how long the injury is going to last or not. If you can't make it to one of the biggest shows WWE has to offer in, SummerSlam, then, we need to find somebody that can actually perform. I hate the interim gimmick. I didn't like it when they enacted it in AEW. And it was such a bad and messy, gimmick that Tony Khan literally just dropped it because people weren't digging it. It made more confusion than it did, make sense. And for some sports it makes sense. For pro wrestling, it really doesn't. Strip whoever is injured, put it on somebody new. That person, when they're, healthy, can come back. They could challenge for it. We could see what happens, but we don't need interims. We need permanent champions. My opinion.
Well, you're gonna have a permanent champion, but the thing is that it's. The only thing I can give you, I'll give you this grace. If this had been a precedent from time, like years of precedent, and not this new thing, that's the knock on it, because it's a new thing. But I wish that they kind of had it, because there's no guarantee the person getting stripped is going to challenge for the title at all. See Finn Balor, see Seth Rollins, you see what I'm saying? So getting stripped does not guarantee getting stripped, and when they come back, it's not equally guaranteed title shot.
Okay, so and you're absolutely right. So if that person comes back and they don't challenge for the championship, what happens to that interim champion? Do they become permanent champion?
Wait a minute. No. No, to me, if the champion comes back, see, they actually do have that. They actually have that. See, in boxing, they have that. They have an interim, and if the champion doesn't want to deal with it, the interim becomes permanent. Now, it's more backroom politics, when it comes to boxing, that's more on the political side because people mandatory defenses, and so that's a whole nother thing the WWE doesn't do because it's not like mandatory defense. See Liv Morgan, see Roman Reigns, one defense. See, so so they would have to overhaul everything. I get that's the only thing I hate about it is that if you're going to input that, you're going to have to overhaul how you do it. Because in my mind, as the guy who watches combat sports, it makes sense, but it won't make sense but it also makes sense that you do mandatory defenses. Even for Liv Morgan, even if it's somebody like, because I give Tony Khan and them credit on this, at least they do like title eliminators, which is a essence of the sport, of a combat sport.
I mean, true, but I mean, if you talk about the eliminators, like, eliminators, if you're going one-on-one with the champion and you beat the champion, like, you don't need that extra, word in there, eliminator. Like, if you beat the champion, then you should be owed a title match. It, do you understand where it's just extra steps that don't necessarily need to be made?
I mean, I get your point. I'm just saying I'm not advocating for it. I'm like, if they're gonna do it, switch the whole thing or do nothing. Don't do this thing where it seems like, oh, it's different because it's Rhea and she's your most popular person and you're just gonna hold it on her.
Right.
If you're gonna strip it, strip it. But now that you're setting this precedent for interim because he's injured, who's to say Trick Williams won't do that if he gets hurt? Heaven forbid. Or who's to say? You see what I'm saying?
Right. Again, I think that things get really messy when you have interim on, ahead of, a champion. It, again, it's an extra layer of, complication that doesn't necessarily need to be there. And, back in the day, I think it was, Britt Baker was the champion. I don't quite remember. And Tony Storm was, it could have been Thunder Rosa. May have been Thunder Rosa. And Tony Storm had like the run of a lifetime as the interim, champion, but it meant nothing because she wasn't actually the champion at the time. So it's and it became such, backlash and outcry for Tony that her title reign that was there didn't necessarily matter. They had to make it an official title run because people wasn't thinking, what was happening. So it makes more complications, and you're giving the people more things to complain about. And believe me, they have enough things to complain about. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get that, but the interim, I mean, I guess to me, because I've been watching, I've watched boxing a lot. The interim champion is still the champion.
I don't think it is. There's an asterisk.
It's not an asterisk. They're the champion. They're a champion. Even if it's on the interim base, they got the belt. Tell them that they ain't a champion. Tell the interim champion he ain't a champion. Because in the UFC, when the motherfuckers bop it out for the interim champion and they the champion, I mean, the only person who was pissed off about it was Justin Gaethje, and at that time, he'd been interim champion so many times, he was like, fuck it, I want the real thing.
Right.
But that's because he had the... But that's because he had the championship. He was the interim champion, fought for the champion, failed. Twice. Interim champion, fought for the champion, failed. Interim champion, fought for the champion, got it. You see? That's the difference. But he was still the champion, and he was acknowledged as the interim champion and a former champion.
Who do you think's going to win this ladder match? Do you think we're going to get because as of right now, Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and then possibly Charlotte Flair or Nia Jax. That match is going to take place at some point uh, in the future. So, I mean, we have four possibilities when it comes to who might actually hold this championship, with two more to be determined. I would think that this would be a great moment to slide Charlotte Flair in there, and then you could have, a proper a reason for Rhea and Charlotte to have a match whenever, Rhea's available. But what say you?
I mean, that would make sense. And I, I would say cash in on Charlotte because of the fact that she's gotten so relatable with the people that I think if she gets this title reign, they will not be bitchy about it.
I don't think so. I mean, she kind of paid her dues
You
with
think
the
that's
fans.
no? I'm saying that's you're making my point.
Yeah. And I don't think that it was so much that she was in the title picture. It was just like her character kind of got stale at that time. You know, she was just the Queen Charlotte Flair. And, people like, I mean, Becky and Bayley, they evolved so many times over the last, couple of years. And Charlotte stayed exactly the same. And, like, if you, stay the same, people aren't necessarily going to like that. But, she had her nice run with Alexa. So, and I mean, she's, at the end of the day, she is still Charlotte Flair. She is still one of
But
the best.
I mean, that is true. But I think the problem was that she was so much of the bar that it's hard to change a bar. When you're the standard, or at that time they viewed her as the standard, you're not going to change the standard.
Right.
So she didn't get it, and that actually pigeonholed her, and she admits it pigeonholed her. So it wasn't like she wasn't into trying to do character depth or anything of that sort. It was just the simple fact that she never really got to get the depth that she really wanted. And now that, I mean, I just run back to that Busted Open interview last year. It was eye-opening. Like, I implore everybody, because that just basically just showed the human part of her. And I was like, God damn. I get it now. I understand it now. And then she had to run with Alexa, which showed her side. And then she's doing all this other stuff on the side, which shows the human side, you know, even though having to deal, even though more people are probably going to be worried about, oh, and Andrade and da-da. But, I mean, that's part of life. Everyone goes through ups and downs,
Right.
But if it was Charlotte, I wouldn't be mad. If it was Jade, I wouldn't be mad. Nia, I would not be mad.
But you just like Nia.
And then
Let's be honest.
have you seen her lately? Shit, I like Nia too. Anyways, Chelsea, I would not be mad.
I don't know if they would give it to Chelsea, if I'm being honest.
JC Jane, I would not be mad.
She got eliminated.
I know, but I told you she's winning Money in the Bank, so it don't matter.
So, going from personality to no personality, Tom Brady. He was a part of Fanatics Fest, been, around pro wrestling these last, like, maybe 2 years, I'd like to say. interacting with the superstars, mainly Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes, he said that he would be open to doing a match in WWE. He's just waiting for a call from Nick Khan. Um, I think it was yesterday, maybe it was the day before. He had a confrontation with Logan Paul, at Fanatics Fest, where he did actually smack Logan Paul. Good on Logan that he didn't actually go down as well. Um, but yeah, what are your thoughts on there might be an actual, there might actually be substance to Tom Brady joining WWE, even if it's for like, a one like Lawrence Taylor type match.
Fuck no. Simple first. Fuck no. Cause he's too busy. He ain't gonna have the time to train. Like motherfuckers that actually did wrestle and play football, like Pac-Man Jones and you know what I'm saying? Like there's actual football players that actually, you know what I'm saying?
But he's retired.
No, my point is that people who actually wrestled, but Tom Brady is just a name. And honestly, I think it just happened at Fanatics Fest because Fanatics Fest is probably the biggest thing there, and the Saturday night main event is just second fiddle.
I mean, I kind of believe that, yeah. So, I think we're both on agreement that having Tom Brady join WWE for a match won't necessarily move the needle when it comes to getting people's interest in WWE. No?
I mean, is it going to gain as much interest as I Show Speed? Because that's the bar.
I mean, that's a question for you to answer. I have no idea.
But
The only reason I know ISO Speed's name is because of WWE.
but he's the bar because he is a guy who is he's a streamer, but he has so much buzz. It, Motherfucker got a World Cup song. This year he wrestled in WrestleMania and got the hottest song on the World Cup album. Let's think that through. So if he ain't popping like that, it ain't gonna happen.
Well, I mean, you're talking about the bar. Wouldn't the biggest star that is in media right now be Bad Bunny that competed for WWE?
Biggest star. Bad Bunny is, yeah, he's a bigger bar than I Show Speed. What I'm saying is this year. Because you got to give him a reason to deal with Logan Paul. If you're going to deal, that's my thing. Bad Bunny he's on a whole nother planet.
So we're on the same page that Bad Bunny is a bigger star than Tom Brady.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Kutaya Novia. Kutaya Novia. The nigga that headlined the Super Bowl is bigger than motherfucker. The first Mexican artist to win Album of the Year is bigger than fucking Tom Brady. I'm sorry. It's just, yeah.
So, let's say for, a minute that this actually does happen. They're not going to do that's like a Saturday night's main event. They're more than likely they're going to do this at a WrestleMania, no?
They would do this at a Saturday night main event in Boston. Don't trust TKO.
You think? I don't know about that.
The fact that they got Jalen Bronson in the bitch, and they probably would ask him to wrestle too if he didn't have wrist surgery.
But I mean, he's not. There's a difference between a celebrity appearance and doing a match. You know what I mean?
Jalen Brunson actually came in with a chair in the ring. I think that's more than a celebrity. I think him showing up with a chair, getting ready to swing on another NBA player, is more than just an appearance, if I would say so myself.
So,
Sounds like ruthless aggression with malice intent.
who do you think that they would put against Tom Brady? Because, I mean, the person I had the most interactions with is Logan Paul. And obviously, Logan is a heel. And, I'm sorry, but I don't think that Tom Brady is going to get, you know, a face reaction when he comes. I do think that he
Oh,
is
nope. He is not, depending on where.
right. If he's in like the New England area, then yeah, he might get a pop. But anywhere else, I
If
think
Tampa, he'll get a pop.
true.
Oakland or Vegas, even though he kind of owns the team, he's a minority owner.
But would that would that indirectly make Logan Paul a face? Because, he might be an asshole, but he is our asshole. He is contracted with the company that, we are cheering for, not, some asshole that is, getting the money grab. You know what I mean?
I mean, they could do what they did when Roman and Cena fought in 2016. Fuck both guys.
When did Roman fight Cena in 2016?
No mercy. Or is it 2017? It's 2016 and 2017. One of those years.
I mean, that's pretty much a throwaway at this point.
It is, but they booed both.
Who do you think would be the best person to put Tom Brady in the ring with?
Deflated footballs.
I mean, that's a given.
Eli Manning. Michael Strahan. Matthew Stafford. One of the guys that killed his career. That way, there you go. Antonio Brown, because that would be interesting. Especially because Antonio Brown was talking about he was screwing her. Hey, bro. His ex-wife's current boyfriend. Those are better people. I'd rather see them fight Tom Brady. If considering the fact that Tom Brady is getting in the ring in the first place.
Gotcha.
He ain't getting in the ring, bro. He ain't hurting that chiseled jawline.
I mean, I hope that somebody breaks that chiseled jawline of his. That's a reason to buy a ticket right there. You know what? Tom Brady versus Brock Lesnar. Let the UFC, the former UFC champion, fuck him the fuck up. Take my money.
Well, I don't think that's gonna happen. Good luck with that.
I mean, speaking of Brock Lesnar, Monday on Raw he debuted a new short, Talk Shit, Get Hit. And for the Netflix viewers, they saw something very different. They actually edited out the shit part, even though WWE edited the short itself. It doesn't actually say shit. It's, one of them crooked letters. Um, but yeah, this isn't the first time that Netflix has taken the liberty of censoring WWE. During Braun Breaker Seth Rollins match at Night of Champions. Braun Breaker got busted open the hard way, and Netflix actually blurred out his face. Uh, I think that it's a bit unnecessary. I mean, it's Netflix. Like, they could do whatever they want. Like, they don't necessarily, if there's a rating on it, they could take that rating off. It's, literally, not a lot of rules, I would say. Considering, the content that they have on Netflix, a short that says talk shit seems pretty tamed, if I'm being completely honest. Um, but what say you, Kaliko? What are your thoughts on a Netflix censoring?
I mean, that's the problem when you're on someone else's shit. They get to do what they want to do. Although it is hypocritical that they gave us, this is the same people that had Mike Tyson show his bare ass in front of everybody on the goddamn, on Netflix, but can't show somebody bleeding in a match. Makes no sense. They'll show blood in films, but won't show blood in the match. I'm confused. Very confused.
I mean, yeah, it
Very
doesn't,
confused.
because it
It
doesn't make
makes no
sense.
sense.
I mean, WWE isn't going to, vastly change their product, for obvious reasons. But when, shit like that happens, they should be able to, adjust properly. Like this, like it said, this ain't ballet. Things happen, and Brock Lesnar is going to wear what Brock Lesnar wants to wear. So I don't know. It's weird, but and it doesn't make sense for sure.
I mean, the only way it would make sense if a certain countries don't allow it, then they blur it, maybe. But that's me pushing it.
I Yeah, I agree with that.
Because that's the only reason I would even see this happening. Because it's Netflix is probably curated to different IP addresses, and something like WWE, which is a internationally syndicated show now, maybe it's pinging different places for them to have to do that. I don't know. But even then, I feel like I'm Mr. Fantastic stretching right now.
Yeah, I would I would definitely agree with that. Um, Speaking of taking liberties, WWE announced Worlds Collide in Chicago on the exact same day All Out will be in the exact same state. Um, I mean, it does seem like that's very much counter programming, but I mean, it's not like WWE hasn't been counter programming AEW for what, the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, so it ain't nothing new.
I think
They
this is
just
the
want to flood the zone. So much wrestling, we're gonna feed you more. Ryback.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago there was way too much wrestling on my TV, but
Damn, he said that was way too much. It's never enough.
okay, so Saturday, for that specific week, Saturday was Night of Champions and AAA
Triple
and
A,
Collision. That's 3 shows on a
fucking
Saturday. The next day
yes,
was NXT Great American Bash, TNA Slammiversary, and AEW Forbidden Door. by the way, which was a 5 fucking hour pay-per-view. And so,
Yes.
6 shows in 48 hours. You don't think that that's a lot of wrestling?
I mean, shit. It's the 4th of July weekend. What the fuck else you had to do? We in California. They popping fire. They let us pop firecrackers up in this bitch. I digress. Certain counties, yes, you can. San Diego, you cannot. But that doesn't stop people from doing it. But that's neither here nor there. But
So,
yeah, it was a lot of wrestling. I liked it. It was like, man, wrestling after wrestling after wrestling after wrestling after wrestling.
there's amount of having a lot of wrestling and way too much wrestling. And that was 1 week that was way too much wrestling.
I mean, because they knew it was the 4th of July. We had nothing else to do. On a Saturday, too? Shit, they knew. Everybody off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We gonna get X like they were X. They just gonna give it to you.
It's like the Applebee's commercial, right?
Yeah. See?
Somebody that's not giving it to you is Keith Lee. Rumor and innuendo suggest that Keith Lee is retired. Um, this comes from sources close to him in AEW. I don't know. Nothing officially has come from him personally, but I mean, when was the last time that Keith Lee actually had a match?
Felt like forever ago.
I mean, it's been at least at least 2 years, no?
I feel like it's been like 4, but
And unfortunately, it's not for, bad habits or anything. It's, he has major health issues, unfortunately. And, I commend, AEW for not letting him wrestle for obvious reason. Um, but, again, I'd like to know, from his perspective what exactly is going on, rather than, speculating about it. But his last match was 3 years ago, in 2023. He wrestled on Collision against Brian Cage. It was a 10-minute match.
I knew it. See, I feel like 3-4 years ago, but see, a whole presidential term. Basically, the last time he wrestled was damn near the last World Cup. But anyways,
Olympic cycle.
yeah, but it sucks. I mean, especially considering that dude felt like he was on top of the fucking world in NXT. Jesus.
I mean, he was.
That's what makes it like more heart wrenching. He got that high. It sucks, but at least he got that high of the highs.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. You could make the argument that he was overfemming before overfemming.
Yeah, they were ready to put him with Brock.
And I think Brock looked like he kind of liked him, honestly. So, yeah.
And Brock don't like a lot of people.
That he does not. So, yeah. It's just... I'd say it's disappointing. But, first and foremost, I just want him to be healthy and happy. And, everything else after that, come as it may. So if he's able to get into the ring again, make sure he's, healthy and happy first. don't necessarily, push yourself to do something that, you might regret later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let him have his sanity.
Speaking of retirement, AJ Styles is now officiating weddings. He got his certificate to officiate weddings. And he's already has three. I believe he said he had 3 weddings lined up. So, I don't know if this is actually like going to be like a business for him, but I feel like it could definitely be a business. Like, make your wedding 10 times more phenomenal. Have it officiated by the phenomenal AJ Styles.
That is true. I feel like also that would be something that they would call his ass up when they have those little WWE weddings.
I mean, they used to get slick. So
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities to have AJ Styles officiate a WWE wedding. I mean, that's a fun way
Yeah,
to put that.
Maxine Dupree and Austin Theory, or Dom and Liv, one of them.
She's already married. She's married. And if
I'm
I'm,
talking about on screen. What are we talking about? What are we talking?
she's married to another guy. And Austin
That don't
Theory's,
stop. That don't stop them from doing that shit. What are you? That ain't never stopped a motherfucker from doing an online wedding, even though they married.
well, I mean, it certainly stopped Rusev and Lana.
They did an online wedding with motherfuckers that were divorced. Come on, let's go. Like, what are we talking about here?
But we know that she's married, is the problem.
That ain't. Duh.
It's the illusion.
We know Mary Jane is married to Spider-Man. What the hell I got to do?
She hasn't been married to Spider-Man for 20 years, Kaliko. Read
Zendaya?
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah. MJ hasn't been married to Spider-Man for 20 years.
I'm talking about Zendaya and MJ to Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Who the fuck cares about that?
And yet they still act like they don't know each other. We knew in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Charlie and the waitress, married couple. They still act like they couldn't stand each other. That don't mean shit in the entertainment realm.
So, AJ Styles with as an officiate.
An officiating wedding. Yes, he's gonna officiate one of them WWE looking weddings on TV. That's gonna get stopped, and all the melee come all crazy. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's the stuff that's gonna happen.
It's gold. Big Cass is officially returning to WWE. They already have the vignettes going around. And yeah, Big Cass returning to WWE. Your thoughts?
Guess they need more tall men.
Like
Considering that they brought back Baron too. Guess they have a tall guy lacking a tall man inventory.
0 pop for Baron Corbin.
Actually, he had a holy shit chant.
No, I feel like they kind of pumped that in. I don't think that was a genuine reaction.
Man, you just hating on Baron Corbin. What? Come?
I mean,
Why you doing Corbin like that?
I mean, if they put him as Danhausen's zombie, a Tallhausen, we would have no problem. They brought him back in a high position against Trick Williams for a title. Fuck no. Absolutely not. No. Make him be
Why not?
12,000.
Because you.
Let him be fine. That's fine. We don't need.
Why do you want him to?
We don't need Baron Corbin in WWE. We just lost Sheamus. Like, throw more money at Sheamus.
Wait a minute, Sheamus is gone?
Yeah. Sheamus left WWE.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they couldn't come to terms on his contract.
It's a shame, the shame. I don't. Had to plug that in, sorry.
It's
Too many lies. Too many lies.
Oh, these words are true, and I'll make you believe.
See? Yeah.
What?
God damn it. I've been under the loop that long?
Too much soccer and not enough pro wrestling, my guy.
I mean, no, I've been watching wrestling, just ain't been paying attention to the back parts. But that's on me. My bad, America.
I am genuinely interested to see what Big Cass does. From what I hear, Enzo Amore is coming back as well. So to actually
now that's what you need. That's what you. Yeah, you can't bring him back without bringing the other one back.
You know,
that's like bringing back Ernie and not bringing back Bert.
Like legitimately, they were, one of the hottest acts in 2016, 2017, I want to say. What caused them to, not be there anymore were personal issues. Obviously Ezzo was not somebody easily digestible at the time. People genuinely just hated his guts. And, Big Cass was, dealing with his demons at that time as well.
So, more than that, but that's a whole nother issue. But I'm glad he's back. That's all that matters.
So let's just say that they're older, they're wiser, they're getting a new opportunity, and hopefully they don't fumble this opportunity, because that was the only thing really keeping them from being bigger stars in WWE at that time. So we shall see.
We shall see. Indeed.
Alright, and now that we've concluded our coverage of the news, a quick word from our sponsor.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.